I mean, that's not up for my judgment. You know, I was hoping he would let it go, but of course, you know, he's a ref. It's a big game, and it was a hold, so they called it.
When I ask you this, I'm not asking you this. I'm not trolling. I'm not being facetious. I'm not being sarcastic. But seriously, are you mad, bro? Because I mean, the top of your feed, I felt the anger through your feed. So are you still? Was that in the moment? Are you still upset? Like, so when I say you mad, bro, I mean it sincerely. Like, you feel robbed, dare I say it, by that holding call on James Bradberry, which he himself owned?
Well, look, we don't have. Can we play it? Are we allowed to play it? Can we play that? That. It's not our game, I know, but just in case we have the film. Look, James Bradberry is being a great teammate, so I'll start with him. He's being a great teammate. He is saying, here it is. It's 3rd and 8. I'm counting the yards. 1, 2, 3. I mean, come on. Come on, bro. I mean, come on, man. Look. This is an all-time Michael. This is an all-time great Super Bowl. And let me tell you, I can't get into details right now to really illustrate. It's a little tease. I can't get into details right now to illustrate how I was good with any result. Trust me, both results worked in my favor. Both results go work in my favor. So it had nothing to do with my bets, your money. It had nothing to do with I picked the Eagles to win it, any of that stuff. I was, like the rest of the world, enjoying a beautifully played, to that point, beautifully officiated game, a masterpiece, a classic. It was like, hey Mike, it would be like 3 or 4 of your favorite rappers getting together in a cypher and doing a freestyle. And some dude comes in saying a 3, 2, 1, a 1, 2, 3, yeah. I'm like, yo, man, you just messed up the vibe. You killed the vibe. And the last thing I'll say is, if I needed a car battery salesman, I'll call Carl Sheffers. That's what he does in his day job. Seriously, I can't make this up. He's a car battery salesman. I need a car battery salesman.
Feels a little below.
Hey, no, it's not. No. Hey, where's the lie? Where's the lie? Look him up. He did a story.
Feels unnecessary.
He did a story. Hey, listen, it's a story in USA Today. I ain't make it up. I didn't know what he did for a living until he told USA Today. He told the world that he's a car battery salesman. So a couple weeks ago here in Boston, it was -4 degrees, and I may have called a brother at that time when the car wouldn't turn over. I need Carl Sheffers when my car won't start on a -4 degree day. But when it's a masterpiece game, when it is the best Super Bowl I've seen in my life, I don't need this hack to come in and call that. Because let me ask you this, Mike. You think that was the first time that happened? Was that the first time that happened yesterday?
No, I mean, they missed one on Juju early in the game. They missed one on Juju early in the game, and it was not called. So look, man, as I said in my feed, it was wrong, but it was correct. Okay.
How so?
Like,
how so?
It didn't feel right. You know, it's funny. The last time we talked about a call, I believe you looked at me like I was crazy, like I was some kind of hack.
Because it was obvious.
When I had a problem.
Yeah, it was obvious.
When I had an issue with the call at the Eagles at the end of the Bengals Chiefs game with Joseph Asai. The unnecessary roughness call at the end of that game when he hit Patrick Mahomes out of bounds when he was going full speed. I didn't like it. It didn't feel right. That felt like a let him play moment to me. But as you and many others pointed out, that was the call you had to make. So I don't know if I'm being inconsistent or consistent here, or maybe I'm asking for consistency from you guys here when I say, yeah, it felt it felt like a bad time for that call. But if it's a call in the first quarter, it's a call in the fourth quarter. I'm sorry. It was holding. And I'm not just saying it because Bradberry said it. In the moment, it was holding. When I saw the replay, I know Olsen lost his mind on the broadcast. It was holding. And it was unfortunate, but it was holding. It was holding.
It wasn't.
Listen, Michael.
I mean,
listen,
no,
yeah.
Okay, how about this?
Hold on. Let me say this. It was holding, but but was it a penalty? See, here's the thing about defensive holding, and for that matter, illegal contact. It is the most ticky-tack call in all of sports, definitely in the NFL. Defensive holding and illegal contact are way too ticky-tack for my liking the way it's called in 2022 and 2023. And to your point, did it happen early in the game? Probably. Probably happens on every play, just like holding on an offensive line happens almost every play. So it is by nature a ticky-tack and close call. Had he swallowed his whistle, held his flag, swallowed his whistle, basketball, had he kept the flag in his pocket in that moment, I wouldn't have had a problem with it. This was nowhere near as egregious as the pass interference that was not called at the end of the NFC Championship game between the Rams and the Saints. And this was not a moment like Terry McLaurin earlier in the season where, illegal formation, when he checks with the line judge and is like, hey, am I good? This wasn't like that. This was holding. Did it feel good for it to be called at the end of one of the greatest Super Bowls we've ever seen? No, it didn't feel good, but it was correct.
Well, listen, if you, I followed you until you said it was correct, because you said it was holding. Sure. So sure. Right. You said it's holding. Yeah, it was holding. He held him. Was it a penalty? No. Did he hold him? Yes.
You may not have called it.
Was it a penalty?
It wasn't a phantom penalty.
He shouldn't have called it.
Okay, well
it kind of was. It kind of was.
So he shouldn't have called it. So let me ask you this: he shouldn't have called it because of the circumstances, the stakes, the stage, or he shouldn't have called it because it wasn't enough to impede Juju's progress? Right.
He shouldn't have called it. He shouldn't have called it. Period. Any point. That is that type of pushing.
If that's your argument, I can respect that. I can respect that.
But see, but here's the thing.
The argument that it's a Super Bowl and the Super Bowl shouldn't come down to that, and it's like, you ruin the Super Bowl. Like, no, you make the call that you see. But if you're saying it shouldn't have been called, I respect it. I respect that.
Here's the thing. This is my problem. This is why I'm not going to buy batteries from him. Okay.
No, but see, you got an official. You talk about the officials. The only thing we should be killing the NFL for today is the field. The field that they spent $80,000 on.
The field was a joke too.
It's embarrassing. So more embarrassing than the officiating. I get it. Everybody wants to talk about the script. The field was awful.
They're connected.
And that was the worst part of the Super Bowl, not this call.
They're connected. And and big picture, in all seriousness, I love the guy. I love the fact that he sells batteries. I mean, I just go on that all day. But they really are it's a connected story. The NFL it's like a lot of misguided multi-billion-dollar corporations where they have their priorities all out of whack, where a CEO or commissioner can make $60 million plus, but the rank and file employees have to scratch and claw for an extra week of vacation. The rank and file employees have to read emails about, hey, don't use so much toilet paper when you go to the bathroom. We got to conserve it. Look, you can't be a multi-billion-dollar serious organization and then have a field that looks like that, that's so embarrassing, and have, part-time officials. Now, if you have full-time officials, do they make that call? Yes, a full-time official can make that mistake.
Yes.
Can make that mistake.
So much.
But I got it. I know that everybody said, are you saying that a full-time official doesn't make mistakes? No. I'm saying that if you want to be elite across the board, if you want to be the best of the best, do everything, spare no expense to make sure everything is professional. The NFL will do that in some cases, but not in others. The field and the officials last night.
They spent $80,000 on the field. It was not $80,000 well spent. The field was a disaster. The field was an embarrassment. The officiating, You can't. I mean, you can't say that the full-time official would have made the same call because the part-time, full-time argument, which I
just
agree
said
with,
that. I'm not saying that.
No, I'm saying that's contradictory. The part-time, full-time argument about officials, and I don't want to spend that much time on it because I think it takes away from a great game, which I'm kind of perpetuating what your feed says. Like, we're taking away from it now, the time we spend on it. But I will say this: the part-time, full-time argument speaks to incompetence. That would be like, oh, well, if you'd have spent more time on your job, maybe you'd know the rules. Or if you spend more time on your job, maybe, it's a credibility thing for me. It's a credibility thing. Like you said, they spare no expense on a lot of things. Get more cameras, get full-time officials, so we can't make this argument. But where this argument falls short is when you say and I say and we say a full-time official would have made the same call because they have full-time supervisors and full-time people working in New York on Park Avenue, I still believe it is, I haven't been there in a while, who are telling them to make that call. That's the call that they have to make. Now, if you want to say that that quarterbacks are protected too much, that there's not enough, you miss the days of Lester Hayes and Mike Haynes when you could touch receivers, then that's one thing. But that was the right call.
Where was that early in the game?
Poor, bad time.
Where was that?
Maybe it should have been called early in the game.
But I'm saying it's like, okay, I think the best officials are ones who will tell you, hey, I'm not going to, especially, it happens a lot in basketball, the sport that I covered first. First sport I covered on a professional basis was basketball. And I used to hear it all the time. NBA officials would say to a guy in the first quarter, okay, now look, I saw you put your elbow here in his back, a little high. I'm going to call that. I'm just letting you know. You do that again, I'm going to call it. Okay, I got it. So it's a feeling out, it's a conversation throughout the game. You mean to tell me, and look, I don't know, I haven't watched the coach's film, I'm not Chris Sims up in here, but you mean to tell me that James Bradberry never had that kind of hand fighting 3-4 yards from the line of scrimmage with Juju Smith-Schuster,
maybe
with
they
Kadarius
missed it. They don't get
Okay, so where was that? Where was that?
Okay, Mike.
Call it then.
Why
are you doing that now?
They may have missed it. You want to swallow the whistle because it's the Super Bowl. You do say, okay, you said you were fine with the outcome.
I think that's
you said you were fine with the outcome.
I don't want to.
You sound like somebody who thinks that this game was decided on that play. And last I checked, the Eagles yesterday became the second team ever. You didn't say it.
I didn't say
you said it. I said you sound
let me help you.
Like somebody who thinks that this game was decided on that. Because of course they missed the calls earlier.
Can I help you?
They're gonna miss calls. They didn't get them all. But to say why you calling it there, he called it because it was holding. He called it because it was holding.
Okay. This is what I think.
If he didn't call it, a bunch of people complaining about it, Michael.
No, they wouldn't. No, they wouldn't. No, they wouldn't. It was like we see that. We see that type of. We see that type of pushing. We see that type of grab and then let go.
What were you about to say before I said that, though? You responded to me. What were you about to say?
What I was going to say was, what I feel is we deserve better. That's how I feel. The game. Either team could have won it. Both teams are great. Both teams are great. I enjoyed the Super Bowl immensely. I was shocked and stunned and deeply disappointed, profoundly disappointed that somebody whose life is not affected by this now, he's going back to his business. I'm not even joking now. He's going back to his business.
All right.
This is not haunting him. This is not in him.
Okay.
And he jumped in. He jumped in, a masterpiece. Get out of here.
Or James Bradberry could not have held Juju Smith-Schuster. But that's okay. Listen, I would have loved to have seen the Eagles. It's so funny. You feel about this Super Bowl the way I felt after last year's divisional round game, where I wanted to rewrite the overtime rules, and I was on my overtime kick. It's kind of like that. Like you feel like you were robbed. Like I would have liked to have seen the Eagles get the ball again with more time and see if Jalen Hurts.
Exactly. Let's see what happens.
If I were voting, I'd have had co-MVPs because that's a stat line unlike any we've ever seen by a quarterback in Super Bowl history. With all due respect to Patrick Mahomes, so I'll get to in a second, literally in a second. Out of it, Jalen Hurts was brilliant. I would have loved to have seen him have a chance to see if he could drive down the field or tie, if not win the game. But to me, I don't look at that and say we were robbed, because it's like, okay, it was holding. I hated the timing, but you know what? That's the game. Them be the breaks. What I was about to say was, last time I checked, the Eagles became the second team ever to blow a 10-point lead at halftime in the Super Bowl. The other being, of course, the Atlanta Falcons. That's number one. They gave up a defensive
There's more where that's
score.
coming from.
They damn near gave up a special team score. Okay.
Yeah.
So and in the second half, what happened to their defense? And meanwhile, for all the talk about the Eagles' offensive line and defensive line, for that matter, the Chiefs' offensive line did not give up a sack to one of the greatest pass rushes in recent memory, and definitely the best pass rusher in the league. So and on a gimpy ankle, with a quarterback on a gimpy ankle, the play we should be talking about. Forget the damn holding call. The 26-yard scramble to put them down there. They were taking the lead regardless. They were taking the lead
that's
regardless.
fine.
It
Look, it could have happened.
That was going to have left. And they were taking the lead because that man and that entire team, offensively and defensively, took over in the second half. So I don't give a damn about one holding call. The Chiefs took that game away from Philadelphia because the Chiefs were the better team. Full stop. No qualifier, no asterisk, no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
There's no asterisk. I'm not putting that in there. I'm not putting all that in there. I'm not going there. They deserve their respect. And look, just to be clear, I don't know what would have happened if they don't call that. I don't know.
Right.
So it's 3rd and 8. They go for a field goal. They make a field goal there.
Right.
It's about
but you don't know.
a minute and 50.
About
a minute and 50 left.
But that's the point. You don't know. They could have gone down and scored a touchdown.
I just feel like
you don't know.
He got in the way. I feel like he got in the way. And it's not like, oh, don't call it. He just got in the way. It was so unnecessary. I don't like officials in any sport who do things that are not required. It was not required. It was not, hey, the league office is going to call you. It wasn't. The league office is not going to call you.
So okay, all right. You don't want to let this go. So you're saying that he's supposed to pick and choose when to make a call.
That's why. Let me just say it. That's what it was.
Michael,
that's what it was.
I'm the profane person on it. Oh my God.
Yeah. I'm gonna say it. That's what it was.
It sounds weird
and he
coming
knows
out
it.
of your mouth. Oh, Robinson,
he knows it.
Ava
And you know what?
right now?
And they might be listening. They might be in the car. They might be in the car.
Oh, what about the kids?
Do as I say.
Oh my God.
Hey, do as I say. Do as I say, not as I do. And Mike, let me just say the last thing I say.
It just
I'm not
with
one.
Your chest too. Ooh.
Hey Mike, I'm not one generally to call for somebody's job because people, got families to feed and they got things to do. But he should be fired because he got another job. He should be fired from his part-time job. Part-timer, get out of here. Go back, sell your batteries. That's what you know. What you don't know is what you called yesterday. So he should be fired. See you later. Screwed up a great Super Bowl.
He did not. It was still a great Super Bowl. It was great.
It could have been greater. It could have been a more perfect union.
Mar the game for me.
It could have been a more perfect
the game. Okay.
A more perfect union.
And I don't know. Maybe it's because you were really in the first half. You were getting your hot takes ready to come tell me you told me so about Philadelphia.
No.
I don't know.
I'm telling you. I'm going to tell you off the air, man. I'm going to tell you off the air. No. I'm not hurt.
You sure?
I'll tell you off the air. This will come to pass eventually. This was a big win for the Hollies last night. I'm just going to say that. It was a big win for us. So it has nothing to do with, hey, my prediction. Travis Kelce has nothing to do with my prediction, Travis, because I picked Philadelphia. But I know a lot of people.
Oh, my God. Travis Kelce. What?
Including my man right here who picked Kansas City. So who's y'all? Who is y'all?
Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce, was he listening to Trick Daddy? Because I ain't heard nobody say Nan. Ain't Nan one of y'all?
Nan one of y'all. Like,
what is Travis Kelce?
Like, who are you talking about? The line was what? Was it Eagles by a point and a half or two?
This is like LeBron talking about I want my damn respect. Like, come on, man. Ain't nobody disrespecting you. Okay, but.
Hey, thank you for watching Brother from Another. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, go ahead and do that now. Don't forget you can catch us 3 to 4 weekdays on PeacockTV.com and on Sirius XM Channel 85.